Hold on to your headsets because we're about to expose 10 unsung tactical masterpieces the algorithm keeps hiding from you. Today we're spotlighting games so overlooked, they practically sneak attack your backlog, each one armed with a mechanic that flips the genre on its head. From neon-soaked city shootouts to timelines you can literally rewind, we're covering the deepest character builders, the boldest art styles, and the wildest sacrifice systems you've never tried. Ready to meet the hidden royalty of tactical role-playing? Buckle up, Commander, as we are starting now. Felseal Arbiter's mark hands Final Fantasy Tactics fans exactly what they've begged for since the PlayStation era. You step into the boots of Kyrie, an Arbiter sworn to enforce the Immortal Council's laws in a hand-painted world brimming with political intrigue. That setup hides the real hook. A 20-class job grid with 200 abilities. Battles unfold on chunky isometric maps where height, flanking, and status combos decide everything. One turn you're launching a Dragoon's sky-high spear drop, the next you're freezing tiles to slow enemies, then sniping a back row healer while your assassin vanishes in a puff of smoke. Every victory drip-feeds crafting mats, letting you forge gear that alters whole strategies, no consumable restocks needed thanks to reusable items. The big standout is customization. Portrait editor, color swaps, even idle stances your squad looks and fights exactly how you imagine. Layer in badge-locked secret classes and a post-game gauntlet that punishes sloppy builds, and the theory crafting rabbit hole feels endless. Anyone who loved Fire Emblem's positioning puzzles but craves deeper job tinkering, or newcomers wanting a gentler entry than XCOM's permadeath stress, Felseal is pure tactics comfort food. If you dream of grid battles spiced with near-limitless class mashups, you'll binge this game like a lost Final Fantasy Tactics sequel. Troubleshooter Abandoned Children throws you into a Neon City brawl before the tutorial can blink. You guide rookie gunslinger Albus through back alley firefights where every new turn rewrites the rules. What makes this game special? Depth. So wild. It feels like a tabletop campaign running on overdrive. Hundreds of passive traits layer like trading cards, letting you sculpt characters into walking paradoxes. The gameplay sings on a classic square grid. You angle ricochet shots off steel walls, set overlapping Overwatch cones, then trigger tag team combos that detonate status effects like fireworks. One perfect flank can snowball into a 5-hit chain, and the game rewards that brainy swagger with loot that reshapes builds instead of just boosting stats. The true standout is the Mastery Board. Picture Final Fantasy's Sphere Grid injected with caffeine. Slot tiny hex tiles to craft bizarre hybrids, a shotgun medic, a stealth tank, even a lightning-wielding brawler. It looks intense, but 10 minutes of tinkering turns it into your new happy place. Fans of XCOM who crave deeper character math, anime charm, and zero permadeath anxiety. Troubleshooter is a tactical sandbox that lets you break its own toys. If number crunching and explosive payoff moments thrill you, clear your weekend, you just found your obsession. Othercide greets you with a black and white nightmare splashed by crimson. You command the daughters, porcelain warriors born from one woman's grief, battling twisted horrors in a monochrome world that looks like Sin City collided with Dark Souls. The hook is its timeline combat. Every action, yours or the enemy's slots, onto a visible initiative track, so you see turns unfolding like notes on a music sheet. Chase, delay, or interrupt moves to choreograph the perfect death waltz. In battle, each daughter juggles two vital resources, action points and health, but healing costs life from another sister. That sacrifice loop forges nail-biting choices. Use a Blade Master to dash cleave 3 targets, then have a Soul Slinger pop reaction shots that trigger the moment foes step forward. Meanwhile, a Shield Bearer leaps into Overwatch, absorbing hits to keep the fragile backline alive. The field itself matters. High ground boosts crits, pools of corruption stun careless units, and exploding pillars can swing momentum when detonated at just the right tick on the timeline. The standout mechanic is remembrances. When a daughter falls, you harvest her memories to unlock permanent buffs and class variants for the next run. Loss stings, yet pushes long-term power, turning failure into progress and making every sacrifice feel purposeful instead of punishing. Othercide is a brutal ballet of sacrifice and strategy. If you delight in seeing the future, bending it, and paying a bloody price for victory, this nightmare will keep you dancing till dawn. Phantom Brigade drops you into a near-future rebellion, where you command the last surviving squad of customizable mechs scavenged from a fallen army. Its special sauce is foresight. Before each 5-second combat slice, you preview enemy moves on a holographic timeline, then choreograph your own counterdance. It feels like you are editing an action movie, except you are also the stunt coordinator. During battles, you drag waypoints across a 3-dimensional map, angle railgun shots to skim ruined rooftops, and schedule missile salvos to intercept hostile dashes. Terrain is fully destructible, so missed fire can still level buildings and open new sightlines. Salvage each wreck to bolt enemy limbs onto your frames, crafting hybrid machines that sprint like scouts, yet hit like artillery. Between missions, you steer a mobile base across a living overworld, liberating towns and baiting convoys to stockpile gear. Epic feature is the dual-loading weapon system. Equip a high-heat beam on one arm and a low-cooldown shotgun on the other. When the beam overheats, the shotgun keeps you lethal. That rhythm adds delicious tension to every timeline tweak. Who should play this game? Tactics fans who love Into the Breach's prediction gameplay, but crave thicker customization. Plus mech anime devotees who dream of Frankenstein war machines. Phantom Brigade is a tactical time sculptor. If you enjoy seeing the future, rewriting it, then watching your perfect plan explode in slow-motion glory, you are about to lose track of hours.
We are counting on you, Commander. Whenever you need me.
Dark Deity storms the gates with a premise every strategy fan secretly craves: a band of military academy dropouts pressed into a world-shaking war. What makes this game special is its weapon aspect system. Instead of a single attack stat, every sword, axe, and tome hides 4 elemental temperaments that boost accuracy, crit chance, or armor shred. Each promotion lets you lock in a favorite aspect, so your frontline bruiser can evolve into a hyper-accurate duelist, or a berserk crit machine your call. The gameplay feels like classic Fire Emblem turned up 2 notches. Maps pack branching routes, timed objectives, and bonus chests that dare you to split the party. Meanwhile, injuries leave permanent stat quirks instead of deaths, so bad decisions scar your roster without forcing a reset. Pair abilities like Knight's Provoke, which yanks enemies forward, with a Mage's Storm, which chains lightning between clumped targets, and whole screens melt in one flawless turn. Dark Deity's real standout is the bond system. Characters chat between battles, unlocking combo attacks and tactical auras when deployed together. Suddenly, story banter shapes combat power, and you want that archer-healer bromance to blossom because it grants extra range and passive healing on crits. Dark Deity delivers pure grid-based nostalgia spiked with clever twists. If you crave Fire Emblem flavor minus the wait for the next Nintendo release, this indie gem is your instant recruit. Alright, quick checkpoint before the next skirmish. If these tactics are giving you big brain crits, hit that like button. It feeds me more experience than a whole goblin camp. And subscribing? That's basically a save point for your YouTube run. No pressure, but if you wipe, you're starting from the tutorial again. Now, gear up! The next game flips the grid in a way you won't expect.
Oh, you found it. Oh, my journal, my drawings.
These pages are old, Mom.
Well, careful.
This is all from your hero days?
Ha, and before.
Wildermyth opens on a sleepy village, then erupts into legend. Your farmers snatch pitchforks, face down monsters, and grow into heroes whose stories write themselves. What makes this game unique is its living narrative engine. Every choice, battlefield scar, and random event stitches together like pages of a comic book, so no 2 campaigns tell the same tale. On the tactics grid, it plays like CozyX.com meets tabletop role-playing. Warriors slam doors to pin foes, rangers thread arrows through broken walls, and mystics interfuse with scenery, ignite a campfire, hurl boulders from a wall, or rip splinters out of a tree for a wooden shotgun blast. Cover, flanking, and a clever two-action turn system keep fights brisk, while terrain-powered magic keeps them fresh. Between battles, your party scouts the map, fortifies towns, and races an enemy doom clock that adds nastier cards to the monster deck every season. Legacy storytelling is a great game feature. Retired heroes return older and wiser in future campaigns, children inherit traits from legendary parents, and a single dramatic sacrifice can echo across generations. Watching a scarred mystic return 20 years later with a stone arm and a fiery vendetta feels downright mythic. Wildermyth is a procedural fable factory. If emergent tales and tactics sound like peanut butter and chocolate, clear your calendar, this one will steal whole evenings.
Show me how things are done.
I know you say that, but... well...
Legends tell of a golden time in years past of great clashes, heroes, and triumphs.
Symphony of War. The Nephilim Saga wastes 0 seconds before flexing its secret weapon. Huge platoon battles on a familiar Fire Emblem-style grid. Instead of moving one hero at a time, you march entire squads that clash in real-time skirmishes, blending classic tactics with the scale of a strategy epic. What makes it special? Unit stacking. Each tile can host up to 9 fighters, archers, mages, frontline tanks, so positioning feels like lining up chess pieces that actually punch back. You draft recruits with randomized traits, then promote them down branching class trees that unlock cavalry charges, dragon riders, and gunner lines. Capturing towns fuels your war chest, letting you poach enemy officers mid-battle and slot them straight into your army. Gameplay highlights burst with momentum. Flank a fortress, trigger a morale break, and watch the enemy dissolve while your cavalry sweeps the map. Weather and time of day sway accuracy, while terrain buffs defense, so each turn is a tiny campaign plan. Victory coins buy artifacts that grant wild perks, double turns, area heals, or lifesteal arrows that turn rookie squads into headline heroes. The standout feature is the morale system. Win skirmishes quickly, and your army gains fervor, snowballing damage, and critical hits. Get bogged down and panic spreads, making even elite units crumble. It forces bold, fast play, and keeps battles tense from start to finish. This game is best for fans of ogre battle, and Fire Emblem who always wished those games felt grander, or strategy diehards hungry for a fresh take on army building without the spreadsheet fatigue. Symphony of War is tactical crack. If you love crafting unstoppable squads and watching them unleash screen-filling carnage, this saga will hijack your free time. Crying Suns shoves you into the admiral's chair of a battered battleship moments after a galaxy-spanning collapse. What is great about it is its fusion of FTL-style sector hopping with a weighty, Asimov-flavored mystery that unfolds through branching text events and gorgeous pixel art vistas. Combat plays out on a paused, real-time hex grid between capital ships. You queue fighter squadrons, drones, fighters, frigates in rock-paper-scissors duels while timing railguns and missile salvos. Asteroid fields provide shifting cover, neutral turrets complicate lanes, and meteor storms force last-second pivots. Between encounters, you scavenge wrecks, barter at outposts, and decide whether that harmless refugee shuttle hides child kamikazes or valuable recruits, decisions that echo across each run. The standout mechanic is its sacrifice-driven persistence loop. When your ship finally breaks, the run's intel unlocks remembrances, permanent buffs, and variant squadrons, so every defeat feeds the next attempt. Story chapters checkpoint progress, making roguelite failure feel like grim reconnaissance instead of a hard reset. Crying Suns is a brooding tactical odyssey. If pausing time to outfox enemy fleets while unraveling a fallen empire excites you, prepare to lose entire nights in deep space. Invisible Ink slaps a spy thriller on a turn-based grid, then dares you to survive a corporate manhunt with nothing but wits and gadgets. The special twist is omniscient urgency. Each facility you raid is procedurally generated, and the security alarm ticks up every turn, spawning tougher guards and drones until escape feels impossible. Gameplay turns are brisk two-action puzzles. Peek through doors, tag cameras, hack safes with Incognita's limited power, and knock out patrols, but killing is risky because bodies raise the alarm. Vision cones are crystal clear, so every move is perfect information chess where one wrong tile can doom an agent. Between missions, you jet across a world map with just 72 in-game hours before the final assault, choosing rescues, weapon heists, or data raids that feed cash and gear into a roguelike progression loop. What is great about this game? The rewind system. Once per level more with upgrades, you can yank the timeline back a turn, erasing a fatal misstep without killing tension. It feels like a spy movie freeze frame where the narrator says, "Let's try that again," then the action snaps forward flawlessly. Invisible Ink is tactical espionage perfected. If the idea of masterminding clean getaways under a ticking clock thrills you, this covert gem will own your nights.
What was that? Someone's down. Calling it in.
Banner of the Maid marches straight into an alternate French Revolution where muskets, sabers, and mystic banners share the same battlefield. The hook here is historical flair. You play Pauline Bonaparte, yes, Napoleon's sister who rallies troops with supernatural charisma while sparring with real figures like Robespierre and Lafayette. On the grid, every encounter feels like a living chessboard. 6 core classes lock into a rock-paper-scissors loop: heavy infantry crush, light cavalry flanks, heavy cavalry, and so on, so picking the right matchup decides skirmishes in one brutal volley. Artillery rains, shells across half the map, drummers boost morale, and terrain from vineyards to city streets alters accuracy. Between battles, a faction reputation system lets you curry favor with Jacobins or Royalists to unlock side quests and stat-boosting gear, adding political intrigue to party management. Thing that make this game different is Pauline's Maid power. Trigger it, and nearby allies gain attack and crit buffs, turning a tight siege into a rousing charge that wipes entrenched lines in a single turn. No permadeath means you can gamble on daring flanks without permanent losses, yet weapon durability and limited funds keep tension high. If you itching for deeper morale tactics, history buffs curious about a what-if revolution, or anyone who loves lavish sprite art paired with crunchy strategy, you should try play this game. Banner of the Maid is musket-era great tactical RPG with a dash of anime magic. If you crave grid battles laced with political drama and screen-filling cannon blasts, hoist this banner now. Let's close this tactical tour with a bang. We've trekked from neon street skirmishes to gothic timelines and even hijacked a doomed Starfleet. If this video leveled up your game queue, smash like it owes you loot. Subscribing? Totally free downloadable content that unlocks every future strategy deep dive. Drop your most slept-on tactics favorite in the comments. I read them while min-maxing breakfast cereal choices. Until next time, may your crits be spicy, your timelines under control, and your backlog forever brave.